everyone and welcome back to my shelf. So today I have a tag for you because I don't feel like I've done a tag in a very long time and I absolutely love doing tags, so I thought I would do one today because they're really easy to film, they're really quick to edit, and I just feel like you would like to see one. I don't know. So today I'm going to be doing the Zodiac tag, which I've seen floating around on Wattpad and BookTube. There are a load of different versions on the internet right now, but the one I will be using is from Sky_Wolverine7 on Wattpad, and I'll leave a link to the questions and their Wattpad in the description box. If you would like to do these questions, that will be there, and also the actual questions if you want to play along. I'm not really tagging anybody in this tag because I'm not sure who has done it and who hasn't. I don't think Waverley's done it, so you can go ahead and do it if you want to. But if you haven't done this tag, go ahead and do it because it seems like a lot of fun. I don't really believe in zodiacs that much, and I know I kind of strike you as a person that would believe in zodiacs because I'm quite a spiritual person. I honestly don't, and I feel like they're very generic and like everyone can relate to them, so maybe this tag will change my mind. So the first question is about Aries, and it is the Ram. Which character is the most daredevil and bold? So for this one, I decided to go with Viv from Moxie by Jennifer Matthew. I just discovered that it's not Matthew, it's pronounced completely differently, but I absolutely loved this book. I did prefer the Nowhere Girls, just meh, but it was still a really good book that I really enjoyed. Viv is really just sick of misogyny in her school and she really wants to fight back, and so she makes Moxie, and I feel like that's very brave and badass of her to do, which is why I picked Viv. The second question is all about Taurus, the bull. Which book/series used the best combination of colours for their covers? So I'm not really sure how this ties in with the sign of Taurus. I don't really know much about like zodiac signs, but I decided to go with Simon vs. the Homo sapiens Gender and Leo on the Offbeat by Becky Albertalli because when they're on my shelf they look so nice together. Number 3 is all about Gemini, the twins, and this question is, which two genres do you think would go or do go perfectly together? So I personally think that YA, aka young adult, go really well just with everything. I love me a good YA fiction, fantasy. Another one that I have figured out that I really enjoy is magical realism. I don't really like retellings as such. I really do like a magical person in the real world, or the other way around. I really enjoy. The next question is about Cancer, the crab. This question is, which book/series are you the most protective over? A really obvious answer for me, if you've been watching my channel, just even my main channel or this channel or anything, a really easy answer for me for this one would be Looking for Alaska by John Green. But I decided to be very unpredictable and go with A Brighter Fear by Kerry Drury, which my cover I picked out blindfolded and is signed. I mean, if I don't have a third eye, I don't know who does. This is basically following Lena and her struggle in Baghdad in 2003 when the war against America breaks out. She has to make the most difficult decisions in the whole world. She goes through so many trials and tribulations that I don't think people her age would have coped with in Western society, but she does it and she makes it through, and she has to learn so many things about herself, and it's a gorgeous book, which is why I'm so fucking protective over it. Number 5 is all about Leo, the lion. This question is, who is your favourite fictional member of royalty? This one kind of has a spoiler for Cinder by Marissa Meyer, the first book in the Lunar Chronicles series. So if you haven't read this book, or you have an intention of reading it or anything like that, you should probably like disable the audio until I put this book down, because I'm going to be giving a massive spoiler that will spoil the entire book for you and probably the entire series. So my favourite member of royalty has to be Cinder herself. Everyone in the book's diegesis really fucking hates her, but I absolutely love Cinder, and she is one of my favourite members of royalty in a book series that I have ever read. I'm done. You can come back. Number 6 is all about Virgo, the Maiden. This question is, which female character was one of the best you've ever read? So I have 2 answers for this, and you can take whichever one that you want. The first one is Artemis from Ready Player One by Ernest Cline, and the second one is Grace from the Nowhere Girls, because I feel like these two really break down the barriers of what it means to be female. They're both badass in their own right, in their own ways, fighting actual enemies in a virtual world in the Oasis, and fighting sexism. Both badass. Number 7 is all about Libra, the scales. And this question is, which book/series was fair and gave equal importance to each character? So I think my answer for this would be very obvious, and that is The Hate U Give, aka Thug by Angie Thomas. This book is basically about a girl called Star and the whole Black Lives Matter movement, and her friend being in a police brutality incident and her having the courage to tell her story and her friend's story and get justice for her friend. And obviously it's a tale about race and racism and police brutality and institutional racism, so it kind of has to be equal. And I really think that Angie Thomas did this subject matter and the characters justice, and I absolutely loved this book. Number 8 is all about Scorpio, the Scorpion, and this question is, what book had the most complex plot/twists in it? I feel like this is a missed opportunity with the question, because Scorpios are quite sexual, so we could have had a sex question, but I'll take this as well. I decided to go with Genuine Fraud by E. Lockhart, because this book honestly had me by the brain, and I was like, what is going on? I didn't understand any of this book or what was happening, just the basic points of the story, that she is literally committing fraud. Genuine fraud is in the title. But that's all I got from this book, and there were some really sick messages in there. Yeah, it really confused me, and that's why I answered with this book. Number 9 is all about Sagittarius, the Archer. And this question is, which quote from what book hit home? Again, a cop-out for me would be definitely Looking for Alaska, because there was loads of quotes in there that I love, hence my tattoo. But for this one, I've decided to go with An Inspector Calls and Other Stories by J.B. Priestley. There is a quote in this, I'm going to read it from my phone if you don't mind, if you will indulge me for a second, that I absolutely adore and have adored since I was 16 and I'm now 18. This quote is, "One Eva Smith has gone, but there are millions and millions and millions of Edith Smiths and John Smiths still left with us, with their lives, their hopes and fears, their suffering and chance of happiness all intertwined with our lives, and what we think we can say and do." Oh my god, when I read that, I felt so just, my heart was like, ah. If you don't know the story of J.B. Priestley's and Inspector Calls and other plays, then you might actually be missing out on a really good classic. Number 10 is all about Capricorn, the sea goat, and this question is, what book were you determined to finish even though it was hard work to get through the pages? The creator of this tag, or these tag questions, this particular one, said Looking for Alaska at this question, and I almost vommed and almost cancelled this tag, but we can't be that petty, can we? For this question, I decided to go with How to Stop Time by Matt Haig. I did not like this book at all. I don't really enjoy history. Historical fiction just really isn't my thing, and this was just one of those books that I didn't really enjoy, which is why I picked it for this question, because I really tried to get through this, and I did. And the next question is Pisces, the fish. This question is, what book is set in a very glamorous world yet still manages to stay true to it? I'm very confused how half these questions actually correlate to the horoscope, but what the fuck do I know? I didn't really understand this one, so for this I'm going to go for The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins, because you have the capital, which is very glamorous, but then you also have the districts, which is very not glamorous and very true to poverty. I pulled The Hunger Games out when I actually don't know what else to say. The last question of this tag is, what is your horoscope / star sign? And mine is Sagittarius. I was born on the 13th of December, and that is my horoscope. Please comment down below what your horoscope / star sign is. I would love to know, and if you actually fit it or not. I don't think I fit Sagittarius, because me and my sister are both Sagittarius but are completely different people, and I don't understand how we fit Sagittarius. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I don't have an upload schedule on this channel anymore. I just kind of upload as and when I please, because it is a second channel. My main channel will be linked in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time that I upload. Bye!
Fly and fly and see them soar up into the unknown. But I feel just like a nerd watching birds watching me.